take a few moments to talk about how the course is going this semester. Realize it's a little different and has a lot of constraints and a lot of things that you probably aren't used to if you haven't been in a distance education or an online class. You're probably more used to going into your on-ground class. So, there's some differences here. Overall, I've seen in all of my classes, I've got about 7 sections of classes this semester because of our demand for online teaching. Luckily, most of my classes have been in an online environment for a number of years. So I had them already set up to go and fully understand the online environment. My ability to handle that many classes is based on the fact that I automate so much of my material and make it so that I primarily only have to do a launch at the beginning of the semester. So all of my assessments, my learning modules, and all the things that make up the course structure have been in place. So anyway, so what I want to take a few minutes to talk about is, again, overall, I'm seeing a lot of good things in the online environment that you're doing. Those of you that have stuck around, we've had a number of people that have decided that this is not for them and they've checked out. That's unfortunate. I know a lot of you have said that it seems like there's a lot of information and I've piled on a lot of stuff in these first 2 weeks. And I agree with that. I do pile on a lot. But for you to make it through this environment, I have to make sure you have all of your tools. So I use a lot of things like the equation editor in Canvas, and I like to get you up to speed on that and give you lots of examples to start with, hence the 20 questions that I had you do in the equation editor to help you strengthen your use of the equation editor and understand how to make that work for you, because there are a lot of problems that you'll solve online in Canvas that the equation editor has a lot of great functionality. So take that for what it is. I gave you a lot of information there to digest, and 99% of you did a great job with it, and I hope now you have a good, strong skill set in using that. For the classes where I use use Excel for developing your labs and materials, again, that seemed like there was a lot of work there. There are several instances where you'll use the charting method within Excel, and again, I laid it on a lot at the beginning of the semester so that now as we move through the semester you've got that again as a skill set. For those of you in my engineering math classes, you will see that the kinds of things that I ask you for are based upon what you need as you progress through your education in CSN, in engineering technology. So I ask things very specifically and look for very specific answers in the types of questions that I ask, so that I'm sure that you're going to be able to be successful. In the engineering or in the EGG, the technical physics class, in the lab where I had you use and get up to speed on Excel, you're going to find out very quickly that using Excel to do things like vectors, I think you're going to be surprised. It's going to seem like a lot of work, but you will be surprised of what you can do. And the idea behind that is, for those of you that took IS 101, the CIT course for digital literacy, that you start to use some of those tools. In digital literacy, understanding Excel is very, very important. So I give you that opportunity to be able to use what you've learned in that class. In a lot of the assessments, some classes I have you allow you one attempt. Some classes I allow you multiple attempts, typically 2 attempts, so that you can use that to strengthen. My philosophy in education is, when you take an exam, I use it as a learning tool as well. So if I give you 2 attempts on an assessment is virtually a homework, okay? If I give you 2 attempts on it, hopefully you looked at the first time, learned why you went wrong, learned what you didn't understand about the structure for the types of questions I asked, and then on the second attempt you put it in, and bingo, your grade goes up. The other thing that I want to discuss is the discussions. I know, I see a lot of folks doing minimal discussions, and I see a lot of folks that jump in there and try to kill all the discussion posts in one setting. I have a timer on there. I can see how long you spent. And when you spend 10 minutes in there in a discussion, that's not a discussion. So from here on out, where in the past 2 weeks I've given you 100% for a drive-by, sitting in a discussion and knocking it all out in a couple minutes, I'm not going to do that. So you will not get 100 points for A1 setting. I realize that some of you have tough schedules, and maybe getting online is tough, but I've got to do what I've got to do to raise the bar so that I know that the quality of the education that you get, which you would normally have in the classroom, now you're doing online by having you do multiple discussions over multiple days and multiple posts. I know then you are conversing with each other. If you get in there and make one post after another, that's not a discussion. That's just, you're just shotgunning it out there. So although you are addressing other students in the class, it doesn't really give them an opportunity to come back to you. So I need you to do it over multiple times. I suggest you get in there early. The classes open up at 12:01 on Monday morning, and they don't close until midnight on the next Sunday night. So you've got lots of opportunities to just pop in real quick, look and see, is there somebody in there? I see people that are asking for help, and sometimes I don't see help. I will do that, but again, part of my philosophy is getting you engaged and for you to help your other students. And in a classroom environment, that's what happens. Okay, so completing the assessments, completing the discussions, doing them per the rules that I laid out for properly doing a discussion, and then just making our way through the material in a timely fashion. You'll notice this weekend, over the Labor Day weekend, I adjusted everything out one more day because I figured, well, if you didn't get to it on Sunday, it was best that I give you the one more day because it was a holiday anyway. So I give you that. So if you have questions and if you have concerns, I am here to help. If you reach out to me, if you send me an email, if you send me a text, if something doesn't look right, the earlier you do it, the better it's going to be, and the quicker I'm going to be able to help you. Sometimes my answer may be fairly succinct, where you ask a question and I may ask you, go back and read the question again, because I want you to think about it. We have employers out there that have come to us in the recent past and said, you sent us 6 of your people. We can't hire any of them because I don't know how they've made it this far in your program, but they don't know the fundamental things that they need to know for us to hire them. We want to pay them $30 an hour to work for us, and I can't choose any of those people. So they need to go back to you now and relearn the principles. So you have to ask me. You have to ask for help from each other. If you can form a study group, form a study group. Anything you can do to improve your education. Okay, I want you to get the best education that you can, and I'm going to do the best I can. I'm on the computer all the time. Typically, I will see your question or your comments or your assignments being posted within a matter of minutes, and I try to get that back out to you as quickly as possible so that you can assess how you're doing in the course. If you see a grade or you see my comments, you're able then to adjust and assess what your success level is for the course. So anyway, we're going on week 3 now. So we've got 13 weeks to go. Lots of information, lots and lots of information to learn. A lot of it may be new to you, but the key to the success is keep chipping away at it. Keep knocking it out of the park. Okay, so stay in touch, keep me informed, and we'll get through this. Have a good week. Have a good third week into the semester. Take care.